Force action and smash every limit. Because inertia is the grave of the timid, hesitation the shackle of the weak, and triumph belongs to those who charge through barriers with unstoppable fury. You're not here to cower in the mire of indecision, to let life's chains bind your dreams. You're here to rise, to shatter every limit, to forge a legacy that echoes across the ages. Picture a boy named Douglas MacArthur, born in 1880 on a frontier outpost, where the Arkansas's winds howled and poverty clung to his soldier father's modest pay. His hands toughened by hardship, his mind a furnace no obstacle could quench. At 22, he faced West Point's grueling trials, his body pushed to breaking. Yet his spirit roared with a fire that refused to die. Feel that weapon ignite within you. MacArthur's journey isn't a distant legend, it's a battle cry thundering in your bones. Your mind is the first battlefield where victory is forged, and right now, you're letting it erode. You're drowning in excuses, the soul-crushing job that leeches your energy, the debts that choke your ambition, the failures that whisper you're done. Silence them. Your mindset isn't your prison, it's your empire, and you've let it crumble under doubt's relentless assault. MacArthur didn't let poverty define him. He let it temper him. The frontier dust, the taunts of wealthier cadets, the strain of his father's discipline. They didn't break him, they forged him. Picture him at 18, in a Texas barracks, his hands raw from drills, his father's voice a stern command, "Prove yourself, son," while Douglas's mind burned, plotting his ascent. You're surrounded by the wreckage of your fears. Gather the shards, hammer them into swords, and reclaim your throne. Rise each dawn with a hunger that devours despair, a resolve that melts every barrier into molten power. Command your thoughts with the fury of a tempest, turn every wound into a badge of war, and let your mindset be the crucible where your action ignites. You're not a captive of your past, you're its conqueror, a warrior destined to smash every limit. Steel hardens with belief, the unshakable force that turns dreams into triumphs. MacArthur believed in a future where his leadership reshaped the world, where a soldier's son could command nations. At 22, enduring West Point's rigor, he believed in excellence, his nights spent studying, the flicker of a lamp his guide, his hands tracing maps. That belief drove him to graduate first in 1903, his spirit a wildfire. By 1942, he believed in the Pacific victory, vowing, "I shall return," his faith a thunderclap. The world scoffed, called him arrogant, a failure after Corregidor, but MacArthur's conviction burned brighter. It propelled him to Tokyo in 1945, turning defeat into dominion, his legacy a beacon. You're letting doubt corrode you now, wondering if you're enough, if your dreams are too bold. If the world will ever see your strength, shatter that decay. Belief isn't a fragile hope, it's a lightning strike that splits the earth, a certainty that draws victory to you like a magnet. Believe you're a titan, a shaper of destinies, a force of nature, and let that conviction roar through your veins, driving you with a momentum no fall can stop. You're not here to waver, you're here to prevail. Momentum sharpens with clarity, the piercing light that cuts through the haze of distraction. MacArthur didn't chase every fleeting whim, he focused on one vision: military mastery and global peace. After early setbacks in World War A, he saw the flaw: scattered tactics wouldn't win wars. He honed his clarity, refining strategies, his mind a laser cutting through noise. Picture him in 1942, on a Corregidor beach, the air thick with gunfire, his voice firm. "We plan to triumph, not to flee." That clarity drove him to lead the 1944 late landing, to reshape Japan by 1945, his influence a flood. You're lost in chaos now, scrolling endlessly, chasing scattered goals, letting the world's clamor shred your focus. Halt it. Define your aim with a precision that sets your spirit ablaze, a target so vivid you can feel its weight, taste its triumph. Clarity isn't a gentle wish, it's your compass, your anchor in the storm. MacArthur knew his path, do you? Set it now and let it guide you like a beacon piercing the blackest night. You're not here to drift, you're here to rule. Beacons ignite vision, the blazing horizon that turns ambition into legacy. MacArthur saw a future where the Pacific rose from ashes, where his command rebuilt nations, a vision so vast it silenced the doubters. In 1942, fleeing Corregidor, he envisioned return, a dream mocked by generals who called it folly. Picture him in 1944, on a lake shore, the waves crashing, his troops wary, the enemy near, yet his vision held, the dawn a promise of victory. That vision drove him through the 1945 occupation, when Japan surrendered, through nights where he drafted reforms, the air thick with hope. By 1951, his legacy shaped Asia, its pulse quickening. You're stumbling in the dimness of indecision. Lift your eyes. See your future ablaze with triumph, every peak you'll conquer, every dream you'll seize, every life you'll touch, as if it's already yours. Vision isn't a fleeting escape, it's the blueprint of your rise, the canvas you paint with your soul's fire. Visualize it, breathe it, live it, because what you see with unyielding clarity, you'll conquer with relentless might. You're not here to imagine, you're here to create. Might pulses with purpose, the heartbeat that drives every titan. MacArthur's purpose wasn't glory, it was to defend freedom, to prove leadership could heal, to lift nations from war. He saw his father's battles, the Philippine struggles, the Pacific's ruin, and vowed to change it. That purpose fueled his 1903 West Point start, driving him to command in 1942, battling despair. Picture him in 1944, on Leyte, the air thick with smoke, his voice steady. We fight for the future. A mission that rallied troops. That purpose turned Tokyo into a symbol of renewal, its cranes a testament. You're searching for meaning now, waiting for purpose to strike. Stop waiting. Unearth the flame in your core, the mission that sets your blood ablaze, the cause you'll defend when the world turns cold. Purpose isn't a mystery to unravel. It's the inferno that powers your charge, the war cry that resounds with every step. Find it, let it consume you, because a life without purpose is a flicker in the wind, while yours is a blaze that will transform the world. You're not here to linger, you're here to ignite. Blazes demand discipline, the iron will that turns embers into empires. MacArthur didn't lead with ease, he led with discipline, working 18-hour days, pushing his mind and body to the brink. At 22, at West Point, he disciplined himself to excel, his hands blistered, his focus unyielding. In 1944, planning Leyte, he owned logistics, his headquarters a fortress, sleep a rarity. Picture him in 1945 in Tokyo overseeing surrender, the air thick with tension, his voice a command. Order prevails, the city his anvil. You're tempted by ease now, the snooze button's call, the endless scroll, the path of least resistance. Shatter it. Rise each morning with a warrior's rage, carve your destiny with every disciplined strike. Let it be the spine of your ascent. Discipline isn't a chain, it's your rebellion, the crown you seize when weakness falls. Master it, because discipline is the foundation of every legend, and you were born to stand among them. Foundations strike with action, the raw power that builds worlds from ruin. MacArthur didn't just dream, he acted, graduating West Point in 1903, leading in 1942, returning to Leyte in 1944, rebuilding Japan in 1945. You're frozen by fear now, failure looming, judgment cutting, the unknown taunting. Break free. Charge with the fury of a storm, every step a declaration of your might, every move a brick in your empire. Action isn't a timid plan, it's the thunder that shapes your reality, the hammer that forges your world. Strike now, because every moment you delay is a kingdom lost to inertia. You're not here to plan, you're here to conquer. Thunder glows with gratitude, the light that turns wounds into weapons. MacArthur spoke of his struggles with gratitude, not bitterness. The West Point trials taught him grit, the 1942 retreat deepened his resolve, the criticism fueled his fire. He thanked his mother, his troops. Picture him in 1945 in Tokyo addressing soldiers, his voice soft, for those who bled with me. You're cursing your battles now, poverty that bites, heartbreak that stings, loss that lingers. Transform them. Every scar, every triumph, every breath. Wear it as a warrior's medal, proof of your survival. Gratitude isn't weakness, it's the fire that turns your past into power, the lens that reveals the gold in your struggles. Embrace it, because the storms that forged you are the sparks that lift you higher. You're not here to resent, you're here to rise. Sparks bend with adaptability, the flow that turns obstacles into victories. When Corregidor fell in 1942, MacArthur adapted, planning return. In 1950, with Korea's chaos, he adapted, shifting tactics. The world shifts beneath you now, jobs vanish, markets twist, life evolves. Ride it. You're not a rock to shatter, you're a river, carving new paths through stone. Adaptability isn't compromise, it's your evolution, the skill that keeps you soaring. Flow, grow, because the future yields to those who adapt, and you were born to lead. You're not here to resist, you're here to reshape. Leadership thrives on resilience, the unbreakable core that turns pain into power. MacArthur faced West Point's rigor, the 1942 defeat, Korea's toll, yet rose. Life will strike, betrayal will cut, failure will bruise, despair will claw, will you shatter? No. You'll rise forged stronger, a titan crowned by struggle. Resilience isn't survival, it's your reign, the force that turns scars into scepters. Stand tall, because you were born to rule your storms. You're not here to fall, you're here to rise. Reins sharpen with learning, the hunger that keeps your edge lethal. MacArthur didn't start as a general. He learned, mastering tactics, studying history, growing through war. He learns daily, pushing boundaries. You're resting on old wisdom. Ignite your thirst. Hunt knowledge like a predator, every lesson a blade, every mistake a forge. Learning isn't a task, it's your evolution, the fire that keeps you ahead. Seek it, because those who stop learning fall first. You're not here to stagnate, you're here to ascend. Ascension burns with purpose revisited, the flame that breaks every chain. MacArthur's purpose defended, guided him through crisis. Hold fast. Let it lead you. Purpose is your destiny lead. Flame forges resilience again, the steel that withstands every gale. MacArthur rose through defeats, wars each scar a triumph. Rise, reign with resilience. Reigns demand learning, the hunger that builds your legacy. MacArthur's growth inspires. Resist stopping, grow. Learning crowns you, soar. Wisdom strikes with resilience, the force that turns blows to victories. MacArthur's path proves resilience eternal. Conquer trials, rule. Ruling pulses with learning, the edge that keeps you eternal. MacArthur's hunger lifted him. Grow, fly. Flight ignites with action forced, limits smashed. MacArthur's journey shows the way. You're a storm, rise. Force action with a titan's mind, a visionary's belief, a leader's clarity, a creator's vision, a warrior's purpose, a king's discipline, a builder's action, a survivor's gratitude, a river's adaptability, a colossus's resilience, an eternal hunger for learning. Smash every limit, reign, build, conquer. The world isn't ready, rise now, seize now, blaze your path.